Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lori. So today is day 8. No, today is day 9 of vlogging every day in April. The prompt from VEDA is where you were 10 years ago. Interestingly, this topic kind of just came up recently as I was thinking about a video that LJ had made on A Journey East, and if you guys haven't checked out her vlogging channel, you should totally check it out. She's so cool. Where I was 10 years ago was in my last semester of college. I was working 2 jobs and going to school full-time. One was an unpaid internship and one was a paid internship, and the paid internship wasn't enough to cover my bills even. So in April of 2005, I was very confused. I knew what I wanted to do. I had been working on it for years, and I was about to graduate and thinking, geez, I don't know what job I'm gonna have, and it's so close. Everything that I'd been working for was kind of culminating at that point, and it was a very overwhelming time in my life. Looking back now, I think that all of the problems that I had were actually good problems, but at the time it didn't really seem like it. I had a lot of options in front of me and I didn't really know which one to pick because I wasn't sure if I would be making a wrong decision and then ending up in a bad place. One of those options, for example, was to continue with a really unstable freelancing job. Another option was to work for a large company but starting at a very low position. And another option was to start at a higher position at a smaller company. I also had lots of other options that really weren't related to my career at all, but I seriously considered them even though I was such a driven person because I was broke, I needed money, and I also was kind of paralyzed with this fear that I wasn't going to make it in my field of choice. I basically had multiple job applications out, none of which had gotten back to me except for one that had nothing to do with what I really wanted to do with my life, but which promised to pay more and which told me that I was going to get promoted and eventually be like a regional manager and maybe go overseas. They were the only ones who were very eager to hire me. So after some deliberation, I decided to take the job in the completely unrelated field, thinking that I could just quit if I really need to and switch back to what I really want to do. But my first priority was to survive and pay my bills. And while I was working that job, I was going through training and everything. I suddenly heard back from one company in my field of choice that was willing to give me a more senior position with lower pay, but it was going to be a pretty good job. And they said that I would need to respond to them right away and let them know. Meanwhile, the job at the big company that I really wanted to work at was still saying that they couldn't give me an answer. So I was stuck in this position where I was freaking out, and I had the job that I was already training for and already on payroll for versus the job that was being offered to me that was pretty decent, and a job that would be the holy grail that was an unknown. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to waste my employer's time. I didn't want to take a job and then have to quit that job after already having done that once. And I also didn't want to throw everything away waiting for something that might never happen. So I basically decided to calm myself down and make a chart. And it was a very simple chart, but believe me when I say this chart changed my life and really helped me out. What I did was list every single option that I had at that point that was realistic, and then make columns for where I would be following those steps 2 years from now, 5 years from now, and then 10 years from now. And then I filled in each column for each life option basically with what realistically could happen if I tried my best, and I did really well. And interestingly, it really changed my logic because at the time I was thinking that my best option would probably be to take the more senior position at a smaller company. And I think what it made me realize was that by far and away the best choice was to try my best to seal the deal with the big company that I really wanted to work for, because it would more quickly get me to where I wanted to be 10 years from now rather than just get me to kind of where I wanted to be 2 years from now. It also showed me that I really needed to get out of that job that I really just didn't want at all because it was just not going to make me happy. So that chart really helped me just organize my thoughts, and from then I knew what to do. I called the employer that I was still waiting on that I really wanted to work for, and I said, listen, I have these job options available to me. I can't hold it off any longer, and I know you guys are not ready yet to give me, you know, an offer, but I really need a time frame and I really don't want to get screwed over. They were so cool about it. They told me, listen, we're not giving you the official letter yet, but we will hire you. So just please don't take those other jobs. And that for me was enough. I quit my job immediately, and it had only been like a week or two. It was really an awful experience having to do that and walk out of the office. And then I turned down the other job and waited, and luckily I did get the offer about a month later, and I started working and I got the job of my dreams, and it's really been great ever since then. Even though that turned out for the best, looking back, I think that exercise not only helped me figure out what I really wanted, but also figured out that decision making thinking isn't always about what is right or wrong in the moment, or rather that there really is no right or wrong when it comes to life decisions. I'm the type of person that believes that no matter where I am, when I have a decision to make, all I can do is do the best with the information that I have. And the way to do that is to always understand your own priorities. What that chart helped me do was help me prioritize in my head what I really wanted from my life. And in doing so, I really could have taken any of those options and been okay, because I would have known what my goal was 10 years from now. It just kind of reminded me that I should always be looking ahead and that I shouldn't be overwhelmed with what's right in front of me. The 10-year future is not something that you should worry about so much as something that you should aim for. Does that make sense? When you aim for something rather than worry about how it is exactly that you're going to get there, you have the luxury of being really flexible and just doing whatever it is you need to do to get yourself one step closer and another step closer all along the way. I don't even know if that's helpful, but it is interesting to think about how almost exactly 10 years ago I was in a point in my life where I was making decisions that would eventually lead me to where I am now. So anyway, thanks for walking down memory lane with me, and I guess I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye!